falling, I feel like nothing. Always feel like I'm running. Both feel we're living worlds apart. It's fucked now, we lost in limbo. Remembering what you said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you've told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw you coming. You were so wild, both know I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed, you know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you've told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Before we get started, as you guys are filing in, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Got a lot of breaking news. Brian Kohlberger search warrant unsealed from Pennsylvania. It is several pages long. I will be reading it with you. My intro is way too much. Oh, sorry. It is what it is. I served every single case there, and it's the least we can do to remember them. So, my opinion, you don't have to like it. Sorry. All right. Anyway, so before we get started, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. How is this info out with the gag order? I don't understand. Well, let me show you. So this is from Pennsylvania. This is the search warrant unsealed. And thank you, Michelle. In fact, that was the only person that I've ever seen complain about it since I've started it. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love your intros and someone's cutting onions. Thank you for your humor. It's very kind of you. All right. So County of Monroe, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. December 31st, 2022, 4:35 in the PM. And let's see here. We'll get down to the nitty-gritty in a moment. Trooper Justin M. Leary, I think that's how you pronounce it. See attachment for FBI Brian Kohlberger. All right. So this is what they took out of the search warrant. Holy moly, we got 100. Okay, 74 likes. Come on, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. Come on. I'll read more. You like it more. I'll read more. You like it more. Okay. That's how we do it. If they put out, they should have just go ahead and unseal everything. I know. This is going to be a long process. A long process. Okay. All right. So, Brian Kohlberger, and it's got Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. This was December 30th, 2022. Collected/seized. Page 1 of 1. They took 1 something silver flashlight, 2 4 medical style gloves. So I guess 2 pair. Okay. 4 medical style gloves. Okay, so I guess like the rubber gloves or whatever. 3 white Arizona jean. I think it's a CO. Okay, Arizona Jean Company large T-shirt. There we go. 4. I'm sorry, I'm such a blonde. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they took 4 medical style gloves. 3. They took 1 of the white Arizona jean large T-shirt. Then they took Champion W. 1 Washington Cougar large black sweatshirt. Why did I say bench? It's hard to read his writing, to be honest. Pair of black and white size 13 Nike shoes. That's a big shoe. Yeah, that's a big shoe. Size 13. I mean, I wear an above average size shoe, and it's hard for me to find shoes. I wear like an 11 and a half. And a 13? I wonder if was he doing that to throw him off, you think? Sounds like it. Pair of black Under Armour socks. Under Armour black large shorts. Under Armour black boxers large. 1 I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna see if I can make it bigger. Does anybody know what that writing is? Something. I think it's a Becal, SAUB. Okay, Becal swap. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Nothing follows. Okay, nothing follows. All right, and then we have Brian's signature right here. Right here, and then he also printed his name. That looks like it was done with handcuffs on it, in my opinion. I'm just saying. It kind of looks like it was done with handcuffs on. All right, and there's like 30 pages. 435. So the warrant was issued on December 29th, 2022 at 4:35 p.m. and they conducted it. Then items to be seized, and they want to search any of the following may be found on this person. They want basically blood or bodily fluids, document, records, medications, drugs, other substances, any property belonging to Ethan Chaplin, Kaylee, Xana, Madison, Bethany, and or Dylan. And or Dylan is how it's stated. Documents, records, data related to 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, and or Ethan Chaplin, and or Kaylee Gone. Okay, Xana Kernodle. Okay. Clothing to include but not limited to dark shirts and or pants mask, shoes with a diamond patterned sole, DNA fingerprints, footprints, fibers, animals and or human hair, or other physical or trace evidence or items bearing these relating to or containing information indicating, suggesting, or related to violent, a flight, or motive, hostility for any of the same. 4 samples of Brian's DNA through his mouth and or whole blood samples, alcoholic beverages, other intoxicants, and any containers or recipes of the same, data compilations relating or containing information indicating, suggest, or related to violence, stabbing, a flight or motive, hostility for any of the same, to include without limited ledgers, papers, lists, books, notes, calendars, diaries, tapes, photographs, videos, any other similar media, computers, communication devices capable of storing electronic data, or other electronic storing devices and or media, access of the components and all above. Any phones, including text messages, application, cloud storages, notes, voicemails, attachments, processors, GPS, cellular tower connection data, metadata, photos, social networking, Wi-Fi logs, internet histories, all of that. All right. Items to be searched and seized. So here they want, obviously, Brian Kohlberger, blood or any other bodily fluids, materials, and items with blood or bodily fluids, knives, sheaths, other weapons, instruments or of injury and death, sale receipts or documentation or purchases. Hold on, I might be getting something. Okay. All right. All right. Here's the affidavit. Ready? So basically, he's F. Yeah. Pretty much. You are welcome, Whitney Woods. Thank you. All right. Your affidavit is Trooper Justin M. Leary. I think that's how you pronounce it. Pennsylvania State Police, Stroudsburg Station, Criminal Investigation Unit since 2009. I have served as detective. Okay, Special Agent, Pennsylvania Office of Attorney General, a task force office for the FBI investigation, and currently as a trooper for the Pennsylvania State Police, Trooper in Vice Unit. Throughout my career, I've conducted hundreds of criminal investigations, including numerous homicide investigations. Your affidavit is Trooper Brian V. Knoll of Pennsylvania State Police, Troop Criminal Investigation. I have been employed with the Pennsylvania State Police since 2008. Assigned as an investigator since 2012. I have been assigned as a criminal investigation assessment officer since 2019. Throughout my career, I've conducted numerous homicides. On Wednesday, December 28th, the Pennsylvania State Police was requested to assist in the Moscow Police Department, Moscow, Idaho, and FBI investigation with homicide investigation, which occurred on Saturday, November 13th, 2022. As part of the investigation, we reviewed reports and affidavits prepared by the Moscow Police Department, establishing probable cause for instance of search warrants related to the investigation, which included the affidavit of probable cause as Exhibit A. Furthermore, investigators began physical surveillance of the property and the area of 119 Lansdowne Drive, Chestnut Hill Township in the early morning hours of Tuesday, December 27th. So, 2 days prior. We observed Brian Kohlberger walking near this resident. Additionally, Kohlberger's vehicle was observed entering the Indian Mountain Lakes developed on December 16th, 2022, and the vehicle is still believed on the premises. Investigators are monitoring Kohlberger's cellular phone, which appears to be in the same vicinity of the residence. On Wednesday, December 28, 2022, while conducting surveillance, investigators observed Kohlberger traveling through Monroe County and arriving back at the residence on Lambsden Drive. Based upon this, your affidavit believed that Kohlberger is located inside the residence and is in possession of items related to the investigation. Your affidavit are requesting a search warrant be issued for the search and seizure of all items listed in the items and searched along with forensic proceedings of all items. Your affidavits are requesting all digital device seized be forensically examined in a controlled environment and some future data and some such examinations are complete. Additionally, based upon the serious and violent nature of these crimes, including risk of general public safety, your affidavit are requesting a nighttime search warrant be issued to execute this search warrant at any time, and the probable cause is held. All right, are y'all ready? Jesus, take the wheel. They did release what they took from the apartment. Yes. Did they release what? Oh, did they release what they took from the apartment? I don't believe so. No, that's a total different ballgame. All right. On November 13, 2022, at approximately 4 p.m., Moscow Police Department, Sergeant Blaker and I responded to 1122 King Road, Moscow. Hereafter. Okay. Is this the same thing as we read before? Chaplin was deceased, found in a later autopsy report. Let me look over this real quick, guys. Which Conclave shared the dog? 1:30 Conclaves can be seen on the video. Okay, I think this is just the same search warrant as before. Let me just check. Locations, traveling, consistent with the Elantra. Okay, this is the affidavit for Moscow. So I guess they just attached it, but I'm just trying to see if there's anything. Okay, here we go. Let me. All right. Surveillance covert. Based upon information, I am seeking the search warrant of his persons located at 119. Is it up here? Launcher that observed pulling in the Pullman, Washington. Okay. On December 23rd, 2022, I was granted a search warrant for Kohlberger's historical CSLI from June 23rd, 22 to current prospective location information and a PIN register trap, and trace on the 8458 phone to aid efforts in determine if Kohlberger stalked any of the victims' case prior to the offense. Well, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Very interesting, actually. On December, so they was tracing his calls, obviously. Phone aid in efforts to turn if he was stalking anyone, conducted surveillance on the King Road residence, was in contact with any of the victims associated before or after the alleged offense, any location that may contain evidence of the murder that occurred on November 13th, 2022, the location of the white Elantra registered as Kohlberger, as well as location of Kohlberger. On December 23rd, 2022, pursuant to the search warrant, I received historical records from 8458 phone from AT&T from the time of the account was opened in June of 2022. After consulting the CAST SA, I was able to determine estimate locations from the 8458 phone from June 2022 to present, the time period authorized by the court. The records of the 8458 phone showed that the 8458 phone, utilizing cellular resources that provided coverage in the area of 1122 Road at least 12 occasions prior to the November 13, 2022. All the occasions except the one occurred on the late evening and early morning hours of their respective days. One of these occasions, on August 21st, 2022, the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources providing coverage to the King Road residents for from approximately 10:34 p.m. to 11:35 p.m. So he was there basically an hour. At approximately 11:37 p.m., Kohlberger was stopped by the sheriff, Corporal Duke. As I mentioned above, the 8548 phone was utilizing cellular resource consistent with the location of the traffic stop during the time, Farm Road and Pullman Highway. Further analysis of the cellular data provided showed the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources on November 13th, 2022, consistent to the phone traveling from Pullman, Washington to Lewis, Idaho via U.S. Highway 195 at approximately 12:36. The 8458 phone utilized cellular resources that would provide coverage to Kate's Cup of Joe stand located at 810. Surveillance footage of the U.S. Chef store located at 820 Port Clarkson, Washington, adjacent to the Cup of Joe. Haven't we read this part before? Is this approximately 5? Okay, additionally, analysis of the phone records, the 8458 phone indicated that between approximately 5:32 p.m. and 5:36 p.m., the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources that provided coverage in Johnson, Idaho. That 8458 phone then stopped reporting to the network in approximately 5:36 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. This is consistent with the 8458 phone being in the area that the 8458 phone traveled in the hours immediately following the suspect time the homicides occurred. Based upon the information, I am seeking a search warrant for Kohlberger's person and his parents' residence located at 119 Lambsden Drive, Albrightsville. 119 Lambsden Drive, Albrights is a single-family two-story color residence, white in color. There's a two-car garage on the west side of the residence. This is the location of Kohlberger, is currently believed to be based off cellular phone data in previous warrants, based off information gathered during the investigation. Is believed Kohlberger's mother and father and sister currently reside at the residence. I didn't know his sister lived at the residence. I did not know that. Oops. I did it again. I'm trying to make it as big for you guys as possible. Where was it? I did not know that. Okay. Seeking a warrant for the outbuildings and sheds located on the property. So they was searching, honey. It is believed Kohlberger's white Hyundai, suspect vehicle number 1, is stored in the 2-car garage on the west side of the residence. Based off the facts, I am requesting a search warrant of Kohlberger's white 2015 Hyundai Elantra. It's got his VIN. Based upon experience of the evidence, the investigators are trained in forensic technology. I provide the following signature. Many electronic devices, particularly newer mobile devices and laptops, offer the user the ability to unlock the device through biometric features in lieu of a numeric or alphanumeric passcode or password. The biometric features include fingerprint scanners, facial recognition, iris recognition features. Some devices offer a combination of these biometric features, and the user of such device can select which feature they would like to utilize. If a device is equipped with a fingerprint scanner, a user may enable the ability to unlock through the device through their fingerprint. For example, Apple often features called Touch ID, which allows the user to register up to 5 fingerprints that can unlock one device. Once a fingerprint is registered, a user can unlock the device by pressing the relevant finger to the device Touch ID sensor, which is found on the round bottom, often referred to as the home button, located at the bottom center in the front device. The fingerprint sensor found on the device produced by the manufacturer have different names but operate similarly on the Touch ID. If the device is equipped with facial recognition, I can't say it. If it recognizes your face, a user may able the ability to unlock the device through his or her face. For example, this feature is available on certain Android devices and is called, quote, trusted face, end quote. During the trusted face registration process, the user holds the device in front of his or her face. The device this front faces camera then analyzes the records based upon the facial characteristics. The device can then be unlocked if the face front camera detects a face with characteristics that match the registered face. Facial recognition. You can recognize your face. Featured found on the device produced by the manufacturer have different names. Okay, it's Okay, we don't need to know about the windows and all of that stuff. Unless you guys want me to read it, but it's... Okay. I know my training and experience, as well as information found in the public materials, including those published by device manufacturers. The biometric features will not unlock a device in some circumstances, even if such features are enabled. This can occur when a device has been restarted, inactive, or has not been unlocked for a certain period of time. Okay. One more than 48 hours elapsed. Okay, it's still the same thing. I thought they were talking about opening up his phone. They're just talking about how it works. Let's see. Furthermore, my training series. So that's it. That's literally it. So they got a search warrant for the house, the outbuildings, the cars, the phones, everything basically. Clarkson, Washington. And we know that I'm still just looking through here to make sure. Coburn, Washington. Early investigation include. So they got the body camera from August 21st, 2022 when they pulled him over. I want to see that. I wonder if they'll release that. The white sedan. Traveling north. Stored audio. What sound like most? Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it from public affidavits are requesting nighttime search. I already read that. All right. So the main thing of this, the entire thing, more or less, is what the receipt of what they got. They got one silver flashlight, 4 medical style gloves, white Arizona Jean Company large t-shirt, Champion Washington State Cougar large black sweatshirt, pair of black and white size 13 Nike shoe, pair of Under Armour socks, Under Armour black large shorts, Under Armour black boxer large, and they got the DNA. Let me make sure. December 29th, 4:54. Yes. That's okay. That's okay, my dear. They got we was just going over with what the search warrant what they got, which, you know, that's some new information. It's not great as I wanted it, that's for certain. You know, I wanted a lot more. And it just, you know, talks about how they want all of his GPS locations, social media, Wi-Fi, you know, and they followed him for a couple days. An attached garage is located on side B. A shed with a door and windows is located at the rear of the property. Okay. Violation of criminal homicide. Common pleas judge. Yeah. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Hundreds. Which, you know, I'm kind of surprised that they released this, to be honest with you. Will digital evidence be included with the search warrant by itself? That's a good question, but I don't think digital evidence is ever included. This digital evidence is not physical, right? So it would be, I mean, if okay, wait a minute. I see. Are you asking the search warrant if they're collecting the digital evidence, or are you saying would the digital evidence be on the search warrant as what's on there? I don't understand exactly what you're saying. I want to make sure clear on what you're saying. Thank you, Anne. Good to hear from you, honey. 2-month-old baby missing, UK parents arrested. Man, oh no, great white. Guys, I'm working on a story right now, and I was planning on going live with it shortly, but this came about kind of quick. Oh my god, it is awful. It's so bad. Where is the digital evidence? Well, I mean, it's collected, but they don't obviously share what they collected, if that's what you mean. That's what you mean. A lot of cars of the crime scenes, most feel comfortable using them because they are closely guarded possession. That is true. The stuff they need for lethal injection is so expensive. Why don't they just give them fentanyl? I mean, fentanyl's, it's it's cheap. It works. It's painless. Who drives their own car to the crime scene? Yeah, I mean, wasn't very smart, but also, I mean, maybe he's doing this. Maybe he, it's just like that knife sheath. Maybe he left it there for a reason. He does love drugs, yeah. They're generally hand off to someone on site. Yeah, they send them. They send them to the lab, and then they'll give the report and stuff like that. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. Love you, my darling, too. Thank you. Well, Flying Monkeys, when it first started, I think injection the first, if I recall correctly, the first lethal injection was fentanyl. And now it's like a 3-part process or something. So I thought this was interesting. Furthermore, investigators began physical surveillance on the property at 119 Lambson Drive, Church Nut Hill Township in the early morning hours of Tuesday, December 27th, 2022, observed by Brian Koberger walking near the residence. Additionally, Koberger's vehicle was observed entering Indian Mountain Lakes development on December 16th, 2022. That shows you, y'all can't see it, it's too fine print, but that shows you right there that they had eyes on him the entire time. They had eyes the moment he was pulling on that road to the parents' gated community. They had eyes on him, and he had no idea. The adoption case in Florida. No coexist. Please text me about that, though. I don't really know a lot about it. Like a hawk. Yes. Like a hawk. Investigators observed Koberger traveling through Monroe County and arriving back at his residence on Lambson Drive. That was okay. Digital evidence seized by forensically examined and in a controlled environment of some future data and until such examinations are complete. I'm just checking something. As I approached the room, I could see a body later identified as Colonel. Well, if Colonel was deceased, which it's so sad. It's just really sad. I'm sorry. I was just reading some of that, and you think about. I can remember getting this the first time and reading it, and I was just mortified that human beings can find pleasure in taking something that's more precious than any material value that could ever exist, and that is a human life. You can run into issues since devices include there so many not relevant items, just like uh, items in one's home if they usually get a digital warrant for relevant information and the device is processed. Interesting. Let's see. Yeah, it's I don't know. We're not going to know anything else about this case, really. Like, I know people are dragging this out, like dragging it, and they're getting in my opinion, some of them are getting into things that are just interesting. Some things are interesting, but it's not really relevant to the case. You know what I'm saying? I know, Jessica. I know. I just couldn't believe it. And I just don't want to be one of those creators that just like I can pull up information all day long about the entire school and all of that stuff, but it just to me it just doesn't it does nothing. It doesn't change anything. You know what I mean? Like he we know he was there. In my opinion, he certainly did it. And that's that. It's almost like we know enough. This isn't the day bell. Okay, he did it. It's horrible. Now we wait for trial, which yes. Yeah. And the Daybell case, my God, it's been 3 or 4 years now. Oh my God. It's finally almost here. Do you think we will learn more once the trial starts, or everything will remain sealed forever? Oh, I think we'll learn a lot more once the trial starts. Yeah. Once the trial starts, yeah. But prepare yourself. It's going to be minimum, and I mean very minimum, a year. And I would be more comfortable probably with saying closer to 2 years, especially if it's like a Lori Vallow, because Idaho does not have insanity defense. You are deemed incompetent until you can stand trial again. Oh, me too, man. Me too. Whatever happened with the wee Gannon Stouch case? Gannon, I never really. I know the case, but I never really covered it. Let me see here. I don't know a bunch. I don't really know a lot about it. Yeah, the trial's over for Gannon a long time ago, right? Letitia Stouch. Oh my God, that's it won't stay sealed forever. Most cases are sealed, as we know the Daybells are guilty, but still sealed. Scott Peterson, Susan Smith, even Ted Bundy, the cases were tight-lipped. Yeah, yeah. I was afraid Scott Peterson was going to get out. Oh my God. Okay, she's in the process. Okay. She was evil to that baby. Oh, he wasn't a baby, but he was a kid. He's still a baby. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's basically what we learned in this is what they took, and that they were watching him and they tracked his phone obviously and all that. So that's basically it. I'll look more into it. I just wanted to go live really quickly to bring you guys the information and the murders. Hearts of a deep dive. Voya Docs. Joe's sister Anna. She is found. Okay. Thank you, Jessica. Love you too, my love. Yeah. Uh, Pretty much the only thing we know on the Daybells is, I mean, we just know the basics. I mean, we know, the affidavit, the probable cause, and uh, how they got to Chad's backyard, and Lori Daybell's brother was there for 2 hours in the backyard, and then he went to go get a burger. I mean, how do you kill and bury two children and then burn Tylee, and you're in the backyard for 2 hours, and then you drive 10 minutes down the road and get a burger? Yes, Glenda, all eyes are on Idaho right now. 3 big cases. Monkey, Idaho 4, and the Daybell. Yes. Yes. And Daybell is going to be starting, and that's one that I am going to be obsessed with. So I'm going to be obsessed with. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Hey, Nosy. Good to see you, dear. Just catch like the first few minutes and it'll tell you, yeah, we know nothing. Yes, that's the one I really want to know is on Tammy. We know nothing at all on Tammy. Nothing at all on Tammy. And we don't, I'm still like kind of side-eyed about even Alex. You know what I mean? Like, I think they used him and he's dead now. He was their gopher. All right, much love, everyone. I'll be live later. I just wanted to come on. I gotta go make dinner and stuff. Love you all. God bless. Bye bye.